Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for Northeastern Conference baseball. Always seems fun to say Northeastern Conference when it's Malden playing, but they're the new addition. Malden, Medford, Somerville, Everett, into all the sports in the Northeastern Conference, with the lone exception of Everett football. Aiden Dow on the mound, the lefty, sophomore for Classical. Kevin Gilligan, the pitcher, so it's pitcher against pitcher starting off the ball game here. Drilled into center field for a base hit. Solid shot by Gilligan. Reed Kimball. The second baseman will be the hitter. Deshaun Anderson shortens up at third base. They can only play small ball. Squares the bunt and takes the pitch high for a ball. The runner took off. He got a big jump. He's going to steal second base. On the inside corner for a strike. Nice off-speed curveball. Breaks on the outside corner for strike three. Good pitch by Dowd. Took a lot off the hook and caught the outside corner. Tyler West, the third baseman, is the hitter. Down and away for a ball. Hit the deep shot. Luciano. Nice stretch at first by Bernard, and they throw him out. Nice play by Luciano. That was deep in the hole. That was a long throw across the diamond. Gilligan had to wait for the throw, but he's easily into third. So runner at third with 2 outs. And this is Nick Sargent. They told me he was a different number. Swing and a miss. They told me he was 18, but he's 12. I'm glad the bench yelled, "Let's go, Nick," because I would have thought they had another player up. Curveball drops in. John Kasayan. It's a voice from the past. Well, you know we need you in the target. I'm going to give you Joe Gunning. He's on the scoreboard trying to. They've got zeros and ones all around the home scoreboard. He's trying to get it straightened out, so I'm going to give you him and see if you can straighten him out. I know, but you know better than anybody. Hold on. Strike three, so they leave a runner at third 2 strikeouts for Dowd. The leadoff hit, second on the stolen base, third on the ground ball, stays at third. So we'll move into the bottom half of the first inning. Classical has a chance to get on the board first as Malden leaves a runner at third. Malden is 2-7. Classical looking, I believe, for 3 in a row. They had a little bit of a slide. They got off it. And they're looking for 3 wins in a row. The last 2, Finnegan and David Bernard, have pitched outstanding ball games. So they put a lot of pressure on Aiden Dow. It'll be a little different lineup for Classical. Nico Galizzi, the young freshman, will catch and bat first. Batting second and playing shortstop, A.J. Luciano. The first baseman, David Bernard, will hit third. In the cleanup spot is the pitcher, Aiden Dow. Sean Devon will play left field and bat fifth. The right fielder, Brett Buckland, will hit number 6. Batting seventh and DHing for the center fielder, Kevin Durant, is Jared DiFilippo. Deshaun Anderson will bat eighth and play third and bring up the tail end of the batting order. Batting ninth and playing second base, Danny Lilja. Action as usual going on at Manning Field. We got a track meet. We'll have I believe, a lacrosse game later on. And for the first time in a while, this is the only baseball game here today. This being Wednesday, there were double headers. There were 4 games on Saturday. There were a couple of games on Sunday. Monday, there were a couple of games. Last night, there were double headers. And now they're giving the field a rest. Only 1 game. One of those 4 on Saturday was Fisher College. But Tech, St. Mary's, and Classical all played on Saturday.
I know that. I was surprised that John gave me the phone and said June.
So Nico Galizzi will lead it off.
Okay, yeah, John wants to talk.
How's it going, my friend? It's good to hear your voice. Oh, good, you can walk on Bells Avenue. I look forward to seeing you, John. Thank you. Missing low for a ball. So Nico Galizzi getting a start in this one. Missing low again. Over but low. Kevin Gilligan on the mound for the Golden Tornadoes of Malden. In for a strike. Formerly of the GBL League, that GBL League was a very good league with Arlington and Waltham and Cambridge, Rindge, and Latin. And then they all sort of faded away and left. They were left with 4 teams and tried for a couple of times to get into Northeastern Conference. They finally took them with the understanding that Everett would play an independent schedule in football. Strike 3 called. Started swing, checked this, got rung up. 1 up, 1 down. A.J. Luciano was having himself a terrific season. Swinging the bat as good as anybody in the league. And you saw that throw he made in the first inning across the diamond. Defensively, he's playing very well also. Trapped out in front of the plate. Easy play for Gilligan. Two up, two down. David Bernard, the first baseman. He helped himself the other day. He got the win against Gloucester, but he helped himself with 2 outs, got a base hit. Went to second on a base hit by Devon and hustled, and I mean hustled, around from second when a mishap in the infield on an attempted force out and the ball got loose. He just kept running and he wound up head first diving into home plate and got the win 5-4 over Gloucester in the bottom of the 7th. Slow breaking curveball hung outside. Down and away for a ball. Foul tip held on to nicely by the catcher, Devin Chiampi. Didn't miss by much. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chop towards third. Gilligan not going to have time. It's going to be a base hit. Gilligan had to go off the mound, go down and get it, and then turn to make the throw. And David Bernard can run. He beats it out for an infield hit. Aiden Dow, the pitcher, will be the hitter. I don't know if you'll see, Glasgow's been running a lot lately. I don't know if you'll see Bernard go. Chop to third. The only play is at first with momentum carrying him that way. West makes the play. They throw Dow out with the first pitch. So both teams get a hit in the first inning. Both teams leave a runner. And we're right back where we started at the very beginning. Glasgow nothing, Malden nothing at the end of 1. Anthony Alterio, the right fielder, leads off the second inning for Malden. Aiden Dow will start his second inning of work. This is down and in for a ball. Aiden has moved up the ranks from Little League to Babe Ruth and now to varsity baseball. Up and away, 2-0. And he's been successful at the last 2 levels. And he's doing a pretty good job for Mike Sukowski, the head guy for Glasgow, in his first varsity appearance. Hit foul to the backstop. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. Count goes full, 3-2. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He gets him, comes all the way back. Swing and a miss. They really found me up with these numbers from Malden. Way up and away for a ball. They had number 1, there was number 7, they had number 18, he was 12 now. They had number 15, he's number 22. Swing and a miss. Hit foul back. Up over the seats out of play. It was nice to see Bill Tulicki at the ballpark. He's having some health problems. Runs the Navigators show. Does a great job with the Navigators, and our thoughts and our prayers go out. Hopefully he will be well and get back on the horse and be back at the ballpark with the Navigators. Start June 3rd, I believe. Hit foul. Justin Minnie stays alive. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts in a row by Dowd. 2 here in the second, 1 to end the first. 4 overall. And Devin Champy or Ciampi, I'll say it both ways, hope I get it right, the catcher. In for a strike. And I can finally say it's a picture-perfect day at the ballpark. No clouds, bright sunshine, 80 degrees. We haven't had 80 degrees adding 2 days together in the month of April. No wind, no rain, no cool. Swing and a miss. Everybody wearing shorts and t-shirts the way it should be at a ballpark. Hangs outside, trying to change up on the curveball. Started outside, stayed outside. Swing and a miss. He strikes out the side, all of them swinging. 4 strikeouts in a row. 5 of the 6 outs, strikeouts. The other one was that ground ball to short. So an auspicious start. He gave up the leadoff single to Kevin Gilligan, the opposite pitcher. Since then, he's retired 6 in a row, as I mentioned, 5 of them by strikeouts. For Glasgow, will be 5, 6, and 7. Sean Devon, Brett Buckland, Jared DiFilippo. As Glasgow's trying to fight their way back to 500. we mentioned Dow trying to walk in the footsteps of Cal Finnegan and David Bernard, who pitched two very nice ball games the last two games, giving Classical 2 wins and getting him closing in on 500, which is where you have to be to extend the season into tournament time. Gilligan had a pretty good first inning for Malden. He gave up a hit, an infield hit. It came with 2 outs. He retired 3 out of 4. Had a strikeout. So Sean Devon will try to get it started for Classical. They're playing center field a shade towards right center field, but Sean likes to go the other way. And he does. He lines it in the left center field for a base hit. Jumped on the first pitch and drilled it. Brett Buckland, the right fielder. We haven't seen Brett on the mound this year. He pitched some last year. We may see him as we're now in the month of May. If things start to pile up, we've only got about 4 weeks left, and we're just at the halfway mark. Squares the bunt, takes the pitch. Throw winds up in center field. Devon got a big jump and stole second base. Classical has their first runner in scoring position. Mike Sukowski flashing signs down at third base. He squared the bunt, but that was just to protect the base runner. Hits it to third. And they throw it away. They airmailed it. They airmail it again. So Devon scores on the error. Buckland winds up at second on the error. And now Jared DiFilippo, he's DHing for the center fielder, Kevin Durant. Hit on the ground. Nice play by the second baseman. Had to go to his right. Nice job by Reed Kimball. So it's not a sacrifice, but it moves Buckland over to third. Tayshawn Anderson will try to bring him home. Looked like a base hit for DiFilippo. Kimball went to his right, speared it, and took it away. And Malden will bring the infield in. Hit in the air. This should be deep enough. More than enough. No shot of throwing him out. He can walk in from third. Anderson gets it done. Anderson gets the first RBI. Classical jumps on 2-0. Danny Lilia will be the hitter. There's the bunt. They're not going to get him. I told Danny before the game he made me look awful good the other day. He was up at bat in the Gloucester game with the runner at third and 2 outs, and I said, boy, what a position this would be. Danny Lilia handles the bat well. He can bunt it very well. If he gets it down, he could beat it out and get a run. And he dropped it down and beat it out. And I told him he made me look very good. Made me look like I knew what I was doing, which doesn't happen very often. So 2 hits and an error. The hit isn't involved in the run at all. The big error manufactures the 2 runs. Swing and a miss. Nico Galizzi was called on strikes in the first inning, up for the second time. Off the catcher, that's going to move Lilly. The wild pitch. That one bounced. Champy had made a great play just keeping in front of him, not having to go to the backstop. So another runner in scoring position for Classical. Hit to third. This time the throw was on the money. So a big error after a base hit, a stolen base. And then the sacrifice fly by Anderson. And Dowd will start his 3rd inning of work with a lead because Classical now leads Malden 2-0 at the end of 2. Christian Monahan da Silva leads it off and hits it first pitch. Bounces off David Bernard, and he's going to reach. I think David now would like to do that over again and charge the ball. He laid back looking for the hop, and it went off him for an error. So it ends a streak of 6 in a row retired by Dow. Took the pitch for a strike. Takes the pitch high. The throw down is going to be wide. One hand to Silver is in with a stolen base. 2 for 2. Malden stolen bases. This is the second inning out of 3 they've had the leadoff hitter on. The first was a base hit, wound up at third and got stranded there. Bunts it, foul. This is Billy Stickney, the first baseman, top of the order. Kevin Gilligan, the pitcher, on deck. Hit the shot. Luciani has only one play at first. Nice stretch by David Bernard. Malden has another runner at third. This time with 1 out. Yeah, it should be 2 outs and nobody on. Down should have retired 8 in a row right now. Down and in for a ball. And they gave me number 4 for Gilligan, and he's 18. Way up and away. Galizzi had to go way up into his right to pick that one off. Missing wide for a ball. In for a strike. Hit the second. He only have one play. Willie will make the play to first. So a manufacturer run, an error, stolen base, 2 ground balls, and it's 2-1. Reed Kimball was called on strikes. His one trip. That one bounced in front of home plate. Solid shot off the third baseman's glove. Safe, he beat it. Luciano almost threw him out. That's a base hit. It's a solid shot. Anderson had one shot to try and trap it. Went off his glove. Luciano, a great try, rifled it over. But Kimball beats it, and I'm sure they're going to try to get him to second base. Tyler West bounced out short to first his one trip. They lob it over. That's just, we hope you think that's our best move so you can get off the bag. That's the second hit for Malden. They got a leadoff hit in the first. Missing inside. And he's not that far off the bag at first, just a little lob toss over. The runner takes off. He got a great jump, and he's in with a stolen base. So Malden has a tying run in scoring position with 2 outs here in the third. Ooh, if that throw was on the bag, he would have been out. Dow went to Luciano. The throw was high, and Kimball was able to slide under it. Up and away for a ball. Hit in the air to left field. Devin back a couple of steps, almost right in his lap. Makes the play, but the error hurt. Just as it did Malden. Classical was able to get 2 on Malden's error. Malden's only able to get one on Classical's error. The base hit was left on. And that's the first inning that Dow didn't get a strikeout. So we're moving to the bottom of the third, and it's a little closer for Malden. It's now 2-1. And it will be 2, 3, and 4 for Classical. As we say a very fond adieu to April. Thank God April is gone. One of the worst Aprils we've ever had. We're now into May, second day into May, third day I think into May. So we got about 3 weeks before the Clancy tournament and the Holland tournament and Memorial Day. Listening to the weather report today, they said 80s today, 80 tomorrow. But it's going to cool off and be in the mid to upper 60s. I said, I'll gladly take that after what we've been through. I've been dressing the baseball games like I'm going to do hockey games down at Connery. A.J. Luciano bounced to the pitcher his one trip. He'll lead it off for the Rams. In the turf for a ball. We should mention the early passing of a great friend and a terrific athlete in the city, Pistol Pete Pedro. He was connected with Classical. His two sons played at Classical. He was a very good basketball, baseball, outstanding football player. Came very close to leading the nation in scoring his last year, but he couldn't play the last game. He was hurt. He was a Golden Gloves boxing champion. He made the Patriots taxi squad, ran back punts in spring training for the Pats. But more than that, he was a terrific individual. Just a great gentleman. Had a lot of friends, as witnessed by Soleimani being overrun by people for the wake, and then Sacred Heart filled for the service. He'll be missed. He touched an awful lot of people in the city. He was a great gentleman, always had a smile, always had a good thing to say about everybody. Didn't want to hear anything negative about anybody. Nice play by Gilligan. That might be a base hit. He went high as he could go and speared that one. So for the second straight time, Luciano bounces out to the pitcher. But just to get back, Pistol Pete, I was a great teammate of mine. I was blessed to have him as a friend and a teammate, more as a friend. And when you have a void like that, you don't fill it. You don't replace people like that. People like Peter Pedro don't come along but once. So rest in peace, my friend. We'll all miss you, and I certainly will miss you. David Bernard got a base hit. Bounced down the third baseline and beat it. And he gets another one, drilling it in the center field. Golf that one. Aiden Dow bounced up third to first. His one trip. We got baseball stuck up in the screen. Now we have a balloon stuck up in the screen. in for a strike. Missing for a ball. David Bernard took off late, and the ball bounces out in the center field. He's in with a stolen base. Sort of a delayed jump. Caught the catcher by surprise, I think. And if he didn't slide in the second, he might have been able to go to third when the ball went into the outfield. So down with a chance to help himself here. Chops it foul. Sean Devon, the on-deck hitter. He played down almost straight away. They give him room in right center, but he likes to go the other way too. Pops it up in the left field. Left fielder coming on. And Sargent makes the play. Two-way. Sean Devon singled and stole second and came around to score on that big error by Malden that scored him, set Buckland up at second, and he scored on a sacrifice fly. Gabe Klaskell had 2-0 lead before Malden got one in the top of this inning. On the corner for a strike. I believe this is Richie Cowdell behind the plate 2 days in a row. He's behind home plate here at Frazier Field. In again, took something off and floated it in. Devin went the other way and hit it into left center field. You might see that balloon floating around on your screen as it goes in front of the camera. It's finally going to get out of here. When it gets to that hole up on the screen, it floats away. Chop to first base. Big hop for the first baseman. He slides and beats Devin to the bag. So the hit and the stolen base by David Bernard goes by the boards. We're through 3. Klaskell leading Malden. Top of the 4th. 4, 5, and 6 for Malden. Nick Sargent was called on strikes back in the first inning. Facing Dow for the second time. Down and away for a ball. Down and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. Chased the pitch. Might have been a little out of the strike zone. Hitters like that high pitch. Mentioned before the track meet going on over at Manning Field. High for a ball. Probably a lacrosse game later on. Both these places going rapid fire. Lined in the left field for a base hit. Anthony Alterio struck out swinging. His one trip. High for a ball. Deshaun Anderson is he's playing almost softball distance at third base. Very short lead at first base. He almost threw it away. I don't even know why he's throwing it over. The runner's only about a step off the bag. Wide for a ball. Up and away for a ball. Don might be paying a little too much attention to the base runner. In for a strike. As you would expect, Alterio taking all the way. Now a little conversation with coach and hitter. And that brings Khaleesi out to talk. That's a freshman talking to the sophomore catcher and pitcher. With the count 3-1, Anderson still way shortened up at third base. There's another throw over, and again, one step away from the bag. Hit on the ground to short, slowly. They get one, that's all they're going to get. But they get the important one, the front one. Justin Minnie, the center fielder, struck out swinging. Hit foul to the backstop. Again, they throw the ball over. And they sound like a broken record, but I don't understand why. They can't possibly pick him off. He's getting 2 steps off the bag. Hit to center field. Durant started back, now comes on a couple of steps and makes the play. 2 away. Devin Ciampi, the catcher, struck out swinging. That was the inning where Dow struck out the side. In for a strike. Hit in the air, that's going to be out of play. Here Bernard runs out of real estate as it goes down that grassy knoll behind first base. Hit the third. Deshaun Anderson over the first. So the leadoff single doesn't hurt. We're halfway through the ball game as we move into the bottom half of the fourth inning. Glasgow still on top by that skinny one-run lead. Second inning in a row that Dow hasn't struck out a hitter. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Glasgow Rams. Brett Buckland, Jared DiFilippo, Deshaun Anderson. Kevin Gilligan will start his fourth inning of work. Both pitchers should be pitching a shutout. Glasgow scored their runs on a big error. The error allowed the run to score and put the runner in scoring position and scored the second run. Sacrifice fly would have been the third out. And then Malden did it. An error, a stolen base, 2 ground balls. The ground ball that scored the run would have been the third out. So 3 runs in the game, they're all unearned. Glasgow has 2 of them. And they have that skinny 1-run lead as we start the bottom of the fourth. They're waiting for the catcher. Ciempi, who made the last out, had to go down, put on that, as they used to call it, the tools of ignorance. So we're set, and Brett Buckland will step in. His was the hit that was thrown away. They hit it with Devin had singled and stole second. Buckland ground ball, the third was thrown away. Devin came around to score on the error. Buckland wound up at second, went to third on a ground ball, and scored on Anderson's sacrifice fly, and his run is the difference as Glasgow leads it 2-1. Brett Buckland, Jared DiFilippo, Deshaun Anderson to face Kevin Gilligan. In for a strike. Way inside. Buckland almost got hit. Just got out of the way of that. Broke late inside tight. Hit foul past third base. Low for a ball. Low again for a ball. Hit right back to the mound. Gilligan will make another play. His third play in 4 innings. Actually 3 1/3 innings. Jared DiFilippo grounded to second, but it was important. It moved the runner from second to third, and that set up Deshaun Anderson's sacrifice fly for the second run, which is the difference in the game right now. 2-1 Classical here in the bottom of the fourth. Chop foul. Nice play by Mike Sukowski, the third base coach. Way down and away. Ciampi did a nice job bouncing out to block that one. In for a strike. 2-2 the count. To the Ram DH. He's hitting for the center fielder, Durant. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Good pitch. His second strikeout, first since the first inning, and the first by either pitcher since the second inning. Deshaun Anderson hasn't been up officially, but he's the difference in the game with his sacrifice fly to center field. So in his unofficial at bat, he's got an RBI. Line shot to center field, coming on, making the catch. Anderson hit it too good. Nice jump by Justin Minnie. He got a good jump. The ball was hit hard enough that it stayed up. So 1-2-3 inning, 5 in a row retired by Gilligan. 6 out of 7. We threw 4. Classical holding on to that very thin 1-run lead. Classical 2, Malden 1 at the end of 4. Christian Moynihan de Silva. He's got the 1 run. He hit a ground ball to first that was knocked down and mishandled. He reached, stole second, and scored on 2 ground balls to get the 1 run that Malden has. We mentioned all 3 runs, the 2 by Classical, the 1 by Malden, are all unearned. Hit right back to the mound. Nice job by Dow. Billy Stickney grounded a shot. That moved the runner over to third, and he scored on a ground ball to second base for that 1 run. Swing and a miss. Threw it right in on the hands. He swung right through it. Top of the order, the pitcher, Kevin Gilligan, on deck. That one bounces to the backstop. Down and away for a ball. 2-1 the count. Stickney is the Golden Tornadoes' first baseman. Swing and a miss. He threw it in on the hands again. Missing down and in. Didn't swing through that one. That was too far inside. Threw that one in. Oh, that was way, almost hit him. That was almost like self-defense swinging at that pitch. I think that was ball 4. He was backing away trying to defend himself from being hit. Hit the second base. Good hop for Lolia. 2 up, 2 down. Top of the order, Gilligan led off the ball game with a solid shot. The sole second wound up getting stranded at third. Last time up, he bounced out to the second baseman, and that got him an RBI. He knocked in the runner from third. Hit the shot. Luciano, long throw. Safe, he beat it. Great try by Luciano. Good stretch by Bernard. Mike Shukowski is coming out. So Gilligan gets his second hit. He stole a base his first time. Reed Kimball struck out and singled. Base runners are getting like 2 feet off the bag. And Dow is paying attention to him. He's throwing the ball over to first a lot. Here's another throw. We almost threw it away again. They may be going. They get a little further off the bag this time. Lined into left field for a base hit. So 2 quick outs followed by 2 base hits. Malden has the tying run at second. For Tyler West, grounded to short, fly to left. Off-speed pitch drops in for a strike. Hit foul outside third base. Stayed fair for quite a bit. As it got to the bag, it just exploded foul past third. Hit the center field. Durant coming on, makes the play. West hit it well, but he hit almost right at Durant. So they get 2 more hits. They leave 2 on base. Yeah, Klaskell still holds in that 1-run lead, 2-1, going into the bottom of the 5th. And it will be 9-1-2. For the Rams. They'd like to get 1 or 2 and give Down a little bit of breathing room. Gilligan starting his 5th inning of work. He's pitched well. He's only given up 4 base hits. only one mattered, the leadoff hit by Devin, who came around and scored the first run. The others were a 2-out hit in the first, a 2-out hit in the second, a 1-out hit along with a stolen base, but got stranded at second. In the third, he's working on 5 in a row, 6 out of 7.
It's all messed up. Oh, yeah. At bats, it's 0-2, that's why I thought it feels in the bottom of the first and bottom of the second. Outs going to the bottom of the fifth.
Lilia beat out a bunt for a base hit, went to second on a wild pitch, but got stranded there. It came with 2 outs. He'll lead off the bottom of the fifth. So Danny Lilia, Nico Galizzi, AJ Luciano will be the 3 hitters. Third baseman West remembers that Lilia bunted. He's way in at third. The first baseman is shortened up as well. He did it before. I mentioned how he made me look good when he bunted for a base hit, knocked in a run. The next time up, they pulled in for him, and he hit a shot into right field for a base hit. And he does it again. So after the bunt, he hits a shot, and he's going to keep going. He's going to hustle in at second base, safe. He turns it into a double. It went off the second baseman's glove, slowed it down. Great hustle by Lilia. And I'm not sure why they're going to come out and check with the base umpire, because it really baffles me, because I look and I say, if he called him safe and you go out there to talk to him, do you think he's now going to say, I changed my mind, he's out? I know it probably takes a little bit of the heat off you because you don't feel good with the double. But I can't imagine doing any good at all. It's not like he missed a base or overslid the bag, went out of the baseline. Galizzi tried to bunt and pushes it foul. I can successfully and unequivocally say 100% of the time, anybody goes out to talk to the umpire on a play like that, always out. No minds have ever changed. Nice bunt by Galizzi. Gilligan will make the play to the second baseman. So Galizzi gets it done. The play goes 1-4. Classical has a runner at third with 1 out for AJ Luciano. He's in a rut. Both times he bounced back to the pitcher. Second time, Gilligan made a nice stab going as high as he could up over his head to pick it. Down and away for a ball. And we're going to get a trip out to the mound. I don't think you would see a squeeze or a suicide squeeze here. I think Mike Sukowski has great confidence in Luciano. As he should, he's having a terrific year swinging the bat. He's in a little bit of a slump the last couple of games, but more than made up for that in the first 6 or 8. Infield is drawn in. Everybody up on the green turf. Line shot to center field. Going back and making a great play is Justin Meany. That was ticketed over his head for extra bases. So Luciano gets it done. He hit that a ton. Minnie went back over his head and picked it going away from home plate. That was going to be probably a triple, if not a home run. Wide for ball. David Bernard, little swinging bunt on the third base line and beat it. Last time up, he lined a shot into center field. 2 for 2. That one hit him on the hand. So that extends the inning for Aiden Dow, who was ground to the third and fly to left. Here, Bernard, the last time, stole second base. Let's see if he tries to do it again. Chops it foul past first base. Hit in the air to center field. Coming on the center fielder. Minnie makes his second play in the inning. But Glasgow gives Dowd another run to work with. The double by Lilly, a hustling double. The sacrifice by Galizzi and the RBI by Luciano. And it's now 3-1 Glasgow going into the top of the sixth. Nick Sargent, the left fielder, has struck out and singled his 2 trips. Aiden Dow has another run to work with. That run was the first earned run in the ballgame. Waves at that off-speed curveball. Way out in front of that pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Durant backing up over into a little bit into left center field. Quick out in the sixth. Anthony Alterio has struck out and bounced into a fielder's choice. Way up and away. Forgot to let go of that one. Swing and a miss. Up and away for a ball. Wide for a ball again. Two on the count to the Golden Tornado right fielder. Swing and a miss. And we're even at 2. Strike 3 called. He started to walk towards first base. Third base coach comes in, and again, I don't know what kind of look the third base coach had at the pitch. Considering it's a right-handed hitter, he had to look through the hitter. Six strikeouts for Dowd, the first since he struck out the side in the second inning. Justin Minnie struck out in that second inning and flied to center field. Alterio was on his way to first base thinking it was out of the strike zone. Hit the shot. Luciano's got time. Bounced it, and it's safe, so it'll be an error. Second error in the ball game. It kind of handcuffed him, and he knocked it down. It was there, and he threw the ball a little bit low at first base. So the tying run at first with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Devin Ciampi or Champy. As I said, I'll say it both ways. Hope I get it right once. He is struck out and grounded to third. Swing and a miss. Off-speed curveball hangs outside. 1-1. Malden was running in the first couple of innings. They haven't shown stolen base since then. Here's another throw over to first. The runner takes off, it's inside, and they're going to steal second base. So it takes off the force at second on a ground ball. Fishing wide for a ball. High for a ball. First walk given up by Dow, and it puts the tying runs on base. For Christian Moynihan de Silva. Reached an error and scored the 1 run. Last time up, he bounced to the pitcher. In for a strike. Hit the second base. Safe at first base. They took a long time to make the play. So it looked like a quick inning, 2 outs, nobody on. All of a sudden, the tying runs are in scoring position. The go-ahead runs at first base. Billy Stickting, the first baseman, is grounded short, grounded to second. Again, it took a long time, didn't charge the ball, and went to first instead of second. And good hustle by Moynihan de Silva to beat it out for an infield hit. Hit to center field. Durant, right in his tracks, makes the play. So Mike Sukowski breathes a little sigh of relief there. After 2 outs, an error, a walk, and a hit, loaded the bases. But Malden is down to their last 3 outs. 5, 6, and 7 for Classical. As we start the bottom of the 6th, Classical holding on to that 3-1 lead. Little hairy moments there. As down skips out of trouble. Infield error followed by the walk and the infield hit. Malden will have the top of the order in the 7th inning to face Dowd. So that cushion run in the 5th is big. Giving Dowd and the Rams that little bit of breathing room with a 2-run cushion. It'll be Sean Devon, Brett Buckland, Jared DiFilippo to face Gilligan, starting his 6th inning of work. He's pitched well. Giving up the 3 runs, 2 of them unearned. 5 hits, didn't walk a batter, struck out 2, hit a batter. The hit batsman didn't hurt. Down away for a ball. Devin singled and scored, bounced to the first baseman. Big hop to the second baseman and a quick out. One up, one down. Brett Buckland, he's a big part of the game. He hit a ground ball to third. It was thrown away. That allowed Devin to score after he led off with a base hit and stole a base. Buckland wound up at second. Went to third on the ground ball by DiFilippo and scored on the sacrifice fly by Anderson. And until they got that little insurance run in the 5th, that was the difference in the game, 2-1. Missing for a ball. Last time up, he bounced to the pitcher. Gilligan had 3 assists in the first 4 innings. On the inside corner for a strike. Swing and a miss. Chop to second base. Big hop again for the second baseman. And they throw it away at first base. They couldn't come up with it. They threw it in the turf. They had plenty of time. Second error by Malden. Buckland's on for the second time. Both times he reached on errors. So the 2 errors Malden made had both been off the bat of Buckland. Diving back at first, he almost threw it away. Stickney had to reach across Buckland to catch that throw. Buckland's got a good-sized lead. Line shot to right field, over the right fielder's head, all the way back to the warning track. They're sending the runner home. A triple for Jared DiFilippo. So the error hurts. That play was a lot closer than the play they thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to throw the ball to third. Buckland slides home with the run. Tayshawn Anderson again up with a runner at third, with a chance to knock another one in. So Malden threatened with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Glasgow get out of the inning. Malden gift wraps an error, puts a runner on, and DiFilippo makes him pay. The line shot right over the right fielder's head. The hardest play for an outfielder to make. The line shot right over your head. Hit to third. And I think DiFilippo would like to change his mind and not try to score. It winds up with the pitcher making the play, and they're going to turn a double play. So DiFilippo tried to score. Anderson tried to go to third. They're both out. A double play ends the inning. We're through 6. It's now 4-1 Classical over Malden on a bizarre ending double play. Top of the order for Malden. Dow's got another run to work with. 4-1 the score. Gilligan deserved a better fate. He gave up 4 runs. Only 1 was earned. On the corner for a strike. 6 hits. Didn't walk a batter. Struck out 2. Hit a batter. Oh, lollipop curve stayed high. So 4-1 the score. 3 unearned runs for Glasgow, but obviously they'll take them. Down the turf, 2-1. Gilligan is singled, bounced to second, getting an RBI, and single. So he's 2 for 3 with an RBI, and he's pitched well enough to be in front. High and away. In for a strike, taken all the way. 3-2 the count. Hit up in the air. Danny Lilia calls David Bernard off. So Dow comes back after falling behind against Gilligan. 1 up, 1 down in the 7th. Drops in the turf for ball 1. Down and in for a ball. Hit foul to the backstop. It's 2-1. Down in the turf, 3-1. This is Reed Kimball. He struck out the first time, but he got 2 base hits his last 2 times up. High and away for a ball. Tyler West grounded a short, fly to left, fly to center. 0 for 3 against Dowd. And he has to get on to bring the tying run to home plate. Missing wide for a ball. Up and away for a ball. So he fell behind the first hitter, but come back and got a pop-up. Walked the second hitter, now he falls behind West. In for a strike. Solid shot to left field. Devin backing up is there, makes the play. West hit it well. Devin tracked it down. Malden is down to their last out. Nick Sargent is struck out, singled, and flied to center field. Duran has made, in the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings, he made 4 putouts. 2 of them came with runners in scoring position and 2 outs to end the inning. Way up and away for a ball. They throw it down. I'm not sure why. They should not worry about the runner at first base with a 3-run cushion and 2 outs. Malden's not going to run into an out. Hit foul back to the screen. Anthony Alterio was the on-deck hitter, praying he gets a shot. Malden down to the last out. Glasgow trying to make it a sweep here at Frazier Field. English beat Malden here. Chased that pitch, it was way up and away. And Malden's down to their last strike. Down and in, nice stop by Galizzi. We got deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in inning number 7. Hit in the air to left center field. Long run for Duran. He gets there, makes his 5th putout. And Glasgow's got the win. They make it a sweep for Lynn. Dowd goes 7. 1 run unearned. 6 hits. Walked 2, struck out 6. Gets the win on the mound, the young sophomore. Glasgow got the run in the 2nd. Devin led with a base hit, stole 2nd. Scored when Buckland's ground ball was thrown away. Buckland wound up at 2nd. Went to 3rd on DiFilippo's ground ball. Deshaun Anderson hit a sacrifice fly to make it 2-0, and that actually turned out to be the winning run. Malden got a run in the 3rd, an error, a stolen base, 2 ground balls, made it 2-1. Glasgow got a little bit of insurance in the 5th. Lilia hustled, hit a ball off the second baseman's glove, made it around to 2nd for a double, sacrificed to 3rd nicely by Galizzi. Luciano hit a shot to center field. The center fielder caught it. RBI for Luciano. Lilia scored to make it 3-1. And then a big error by Malden put Buckland on base. And a rip by DiFilippo over the right fielder's head. Knocked in Buckland with the run. Yet another unearned run in the game. Made it 4-1 Glasgow, and that was the final score. For Glasgow, Galizzi had that very important sacrifice. Did a nice job behind the plate. Luciano had an RBI. David Banan on base 3 times, 2 hits and a hit batsman. Sean Devon had a base hit and scored a run. Buckland was on twice with errors and scored 2 runs. Jared DiFilippo had that rip to right field for a triple for an RBI. Deshaun Anderson had a sacrifice fly for an RBI, and Daniel Lilia had a base hit and a double, and he hustled into a double and scored the run. So Classical climbs to 500. They make it 3 in a row. They beat Malden. They get Lynn a sweep here at Frazier Field, and they win it by a score of 4-1 over the Golden Tornadoes. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.